All right, hey guys, we got Jemma here with us this morning, and Jemma has been training with us for how long?
Oh geez, I don't know. Well over a year.
Over a year. And obviously, Gemma's got a nice little addition that we all can't wait to meet. So Gemma's currently 36 weeks pregnant, and she's going to enlighten us on her training journey over the last 36 weeks since becoming pregnant.
I guess I've trained throughout my whole pregnancy, taking a couple of weeks here and there off just to rest. But I guess one of my main motivators, I've always trained for my physical and mental health, but one of my biggest things is just trying to maintain what I've got to reduce the impact of my postpartum journey. But yeah, it's just really listening to my body, focusing on my breathing and going slow as I need to.
That's fantastic. You've obviously been able to keep a consistent training routine throughout your pregnancy. All right, so let's take it back to your first trimester. How much would you say in your first trimester what was the challenge? Talk me through some of like your feelings and things that you had to really overcome mentally in order to sustain your training throughout your first trimester. Because I know personally my first trimester was, out of the three, it was probably one of the most challenging, either the first or third. So let's start with the first trimester.
Yeah, so first trimester was rough. I had insomnia, back pain, morning sickness as well. Not morning sickness, it was just all day sickness.
Hey, they say morning sickness, but I think it gets worse throughout the day. Of a nighttime, I swear it was like worse of a nighttime than it was of a morning, but let's just say morning sickness.
But I guess one of the things I've changed is there was some days I changed to either make sure it was mornings, make sure it was afternoon, just depend how I felt. Swapped it for a walk instead of a workout if I needed to. And also, I always had trained fasted in the morning, always had to train fast, it was the only way, but now I have to eat something before I come, otherwise I just can't sustain my energy throughout the workout.
Once you got past your first trimester, heading into your second trimester, I kind of forgot that I was pregnant. Did you feel the same?
Yeah, 100%. Yep. Second trimester, you get this second wind and you're like, oh no, I'm fine, I'm not pregnant anymore.
And how important and how good that, so when you can push through that first trimester and get through that initial really heavy tired where you just feel like you've got chronic fatigue and you're that, I don't know, exhausted. I think maintaining that routine in your first trimester, it kind of just continues on and your second trimester becomes a lot easier. And so talk us through what your third trimester feels like in comparison to your first trimester.
You feel a lot heavier, like I guess touching your toes is getting harder.
Tying up your shoelaces.
Yeah. Yep.
Or if something drops on the floor, you're just like, oh, that can stay there. Let's just leave it for later.
Yeah. So it's adapting a lot of the workouts. Like Len today was like the dead ball slams. Picking up the ball is getting harder from the ground, just with a bigger belly. So I just swapped it for a plate rather than a ball. And then also too, just being mindful that if I'm using any barbells or anything, that I'm clearing my stomach. And so it doesn't come down.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You're not got to get used to having an obstacle in the way.
Yeah. Wall balls too, not having the ball come down on you, and like just trying to reduce anything that could possibly impact on my belly. But also like wider legs, like squats, you have to have your legs wide. Yeah, riding the bike, the roller as well, like have to be wide just to accommodate for your stomach.
And what advice would you give any new mums to be?
I guess just listen to your body, what feels right. Keep going, don't be afraid. Everyone scares you off training when you're very early pregnant or throughout your pregnancy. But at the end of the day, you know what your body's capable of and what you can sustain.
Yes, that is very good. Everybody's unwanted opinions that come across, whereas I personally feel that your birth and your postpartum journey is going to be a lot smoother than if you weren't to maintain your strength and movement throughout your pregnancy, which is hard to do. And I think there is still a little bit of a stigma around, especially in my parents' generation, like should you, shouldn't you be? However, now you've got the experience and maybe we'll have to do another video afterwards to see how it happened and how it helped. But
the biggest advice that I got was that training throughout your pregnancy stops the curve. So if you were to get pregnant and then stop for 30 weeks, your body is naturally going to take 10 times harder to beat that curve to get back up to where you were pre-pregnancy. So I guess if you continue training, it's going to obviously dip at some point, but then it's going to be easier to get back up on the other side of the curve once you've had bub.
Yeah. So true. Awesome work. Can't wait. Very exciting. Thanks so much for your time.